I was born in Indianapolis, Indiana, but my parents then moved uh, to Middletown soon after. My mother was born in Middletown, and I've lived in Middletown since then. I think the reason I do like to volunteer is probably based on my mother. She was a homemaker. I'm the oldest of 9 kids, but she was involved with the PTO with all of us, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, church, Sunday school. So that just seemed to be part of our life. I taught in the Middletown school system the whole time. Retired after 33 years of service. I am now celebrating 22 years of retirement. And when I say that, my family laughs because they say, you still go to school every day, so you haven't retired. During teaching, if you get to know your peers, you can sometimes just see on their faces when they need a little help or something. And I like to be that person that says, what is it I can do to help you? I think maybe this might be my 5th year of being on the scholarship committee. I can remember back when I was in high school, if it had not been for a counselor that saw something in me, I would not have gotten a scholarship to Miami. So when I see all the kids that we can help through the community foundation, it just makes you reflect back to maybe some of these kids didn't think they would be able to go. So, I don't mind doing, and I don't need plaques or recognition, but it's, I accept it. And I think, again, it's probably a reflection of how I was raised, maybe not so much what I do.
Middletown is a beautiful city. I first came here in 1995. I was working for an airline and I wanted to visit my aunt and I really fell in love with the city. That's pretty much the reason why we decided to come. I'm involved in the community in several aspects. Well, right now I'm employed by the school district of Middletown, and so my job is kind of like to be the contact, the liaison for all the non English speakers. But beyond that, as a pastor in the city, I have an opportunity to meet them where they are. I never thought of myself as being instrumental to help Latinos, um, but then I think it's part of who I am. Um, Growing up, I would see the struggles in my city, and my father was a teacher, and for him, he was always looked up as a person that was helping. And I think I have that of my father. I like to help people, and as an immigrant myself, I've known the process, I've researched a little bit about the processes, and I've been blessed to be able to help some of these people, some of my friends. When I'm helping the community, specifically the non-English speakers community, the translation becomes a very important aspect of it. So I worked with some hospitals, translating for them whenever they were sick. I also work as a translator in some of the courts, and so my desire, my hope is to be able to be there for them, and that they will also continue recognizing that they have a friend in the community, and it's a friend that can speak both cultures, not just the language, but both cultures. We all have a beautiful story to share. I never knew that I was impacting people the way I was impacting it. And by being recognized, it helps me work harder for them. It helps me keep doing it.
Well, I didn't have an immediate family, and I enjoyed meeting new people and learning new things. The first thing I did was back quite a few years. I did volunteer work when the office was still in the Civic Association building. And I went in once a week and did filing and sent out letters. I began to see that we weren't getting younger people in. And so that's why I set up that for the foundation. And it's for people between 30 and 50. And I hoped it would interest some people in doing volunteer work. Well, we have to have volunteers to keep things going. And if younger people weren't coming in to help when the older people went out, we were in trouble. I'm afraid we would lose some organizations that rely principally on volunteers. I still think we need younger people, but it's difficult because today both the husband and wife work, and then they have children who have lots of sports and other activities they have to go to, so I know it's hard for them, but we still need volunteers. I've been very thankful for the things I've been able to contribute, and if I can do anything again, I'd be glad to try.